Okay. So, we are alive with last Epoch. We're on the hunt for the best. There was. No, we're going to be looking for the best Necromancer. Actually, we're just looking for good action RPGs, but this one has a Necromancer, so we're going to play it. We actually have the option as that as a mastery. Although, I have to say, some of these other ones look tempting. We don't actually have access to Warlock yet. That's going to be something that's probably after the 1.0 release, if I had to guess. I don't know if there's going to be more story after the 1.0 release. If there is, we'll come back to this and finish the story. But for now, yeah, we're just going to start off as the Acolyte. I really hope we get one of those staves. I actually kind of like that. I would rather have a scythe, but it's a good close second. So what are we going to name our Necromancer? Necronomicon. There we go. Continue. And we'll do standard. We're not going to do character found. I mean, we can if we want to, but I'm just going to go ahead and create this.
I am the Acolyte. I was raised in the city of Wellrin amongst countless books and countless fools. My master was a kind man, but he was as useless as the others. My ambitions took me elsewhere, to the arts forbidden by the elders of the city. I was found out and exiled. They feared my power. I've learned so much in my travels since, but word has come that Wellrin has been conquered. I would like to see this with my own eyes.
Not your own eyes. We're going to see it with the eyes of the dead. Because that's how I am. Gotta open my water. Okay, so we actually have last Epoch chat, even though we're offline. What? What? Settings. Social. Stable chat. I don't know why chat was there. But it was! Now, as for why we're starting over, yeah, I had to adjust my brace a little bit.
Elders remember me. They'll realize exiling me was a mistake.
Yeah, as far as... Hi, guys. Ouch. Why can I... Oh, I don't have... I have it on Q. Okay. I actually have to adjust that whenever we get into the next fight. For some reason, I thought my right click was going to be, you know, my actual skill there. So we can, I think... Can we not actually change it to... Yeah, we can't change it to a skill. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. But hopefully everyone is doing all right today. Hi, Riss. Hi, DV. We are going to be, hopefully not dying too much. For some reason, it looks crisper. And I'm not sure why. Like, it looks... Maybe it's because I'm actually used to looking at D4. That could very well be it, now that I think about it. D4 had kind of a light fuzz to it because, well, I prefer the anti-aliasing and stuff turned on. But, because the sharpening on it, I know that some people are recommending it, and it's like, yes, it does add contrast to things, but it doesn't actually sharpen the image. It just creates dark outlines with white next to it. It's very unpleasant for me. But yeah, we're going to be doing Necromancer here. I'll probably have some direct damage just because, you know, sanity's sake. Kind of requires it. And this character is so easy to start with because we have this life leech like right at the beginning that it's just like one of those things that's just so much easier to deal with. And it automatically equips that. Let's go ahead and summon some friends. Got 3. And I think we're limited to 3 until we actually, yeah, until we get some of those plus skills for it. And yes, I will be going for the massive army, so we will be pushing for more summons. And yes, I know, this is not Diablo 4. I should have streams for Diablo 4 going up through the early April. Unfortunately, well, we don't have any more access to it, so I can't make any more now. And sorry for not streaming on Monday, my back was just killing me. So, that was just... We concluded it with beating the game with Druid and calling it a day. Okay, Defiled Bones. A Sash. That has 3 potion slots. This one has 2, so we will take 3. Not even going to bother keeping that. And I will probably grab stuff out of the stash because I emptied off the other characters. So I'll grab stuff off the stash and just sell it for some extra cash so we can actually get some more stuff. And yeah, we won't see much in the way of improving our skills until we get up to the level where we can stick it into the priority slots, which is a thing. But yeah, here we go. Let's see. I think it's shift click. Nope. Control click. Nope. Shift right click. There we go. Let's toss stuff over. We're not going to sell that. But yeah, we're going to sell all the junk that we don't need first. I think is all of this. And then we'll start using these at level 4. Oh, we could drop that on there. Forging potential, by the way, is how much they can be improved. And let's see. Control. Yeah, this is just better. Sure, we'll just toss stuff on. We can use the good rings, though. Use the good belt. Yes, I know I'm a derp for, not doing these. And these, I'm not sure exactly where they're supposed to be on our character. I think it's just, an accessory. Oh, goodness. So, Chalice, definitely way better than... Well, actually, no, we get health... We lose health regen if we go with that. But this has increased spell damage. No, we don't. Spell damage. And yes, I'm not terribly opposed to using the items we found last time because, well,
care to see my wares?
We were only just after the very beginning, so it's not like we had good stuff. So let's see, and it was control right click to sell? There we go, shift right click. Keep forgetting which one it is. Oh, I did not mean to sell that. Buy back. Yeah, we have a unique belt. I don't want to get rid of those just because they might be really good later on. And I don't know if there's item scaling or not. There probably is, if I had to guess. But that's not something that I really need to use on this character. And that is gain on crit. Yeah, that's not too bad. But yeah, we're just kind of just building up stuff. This will be the stuff that we're going to end up using until we get more uniques. And I don't know if there's tiers above the unique. That is beyond the scope of my brains right now. I haven't done too much research as to optimal builds and stuff like that because that's not how I play these games. I play them to enjoy them. And I will always play through blind first before ever doing optimized guide because it ruins the game for me. Because I will sit there and grind for a year and a half just to get the item that I want if I've actually looked at the guides. Which is not healthy. It's not the way you're supposed to do things. Okay, do I need big stuff? No. I should only be picking up rings and small things that are worth more than 1 per slot. Because, see, that's 6 slots. It's going to take up more value than it's worth. Does Epoch have set items? I don't think so. It could, and I just haven't run into them. We'll see. If there are, it's going to do it slightly different than Diablo. Personally, I'm trying to remember what game it is. There's a game that has, theme sets, if that makes sense. Instead of, so-and-so's book of fart jokes, and then you have that same so-and-so's sword of flatulence. It's not going to be... Actually, let's see what that looks like compared to the one that we have. That's just straight better. That's just straight better. Instead of that, you have swift armor, and then you find another thing of swift armor, and it gives a bigger bonus. But it's not, tied to a specific set of armor. You could have... Oh, we got skills. Yay. Let's go for summons. Blood Aura, Forbidden Knowledge. I'm going to go for Forbidden Knowledge this time instead of Blood Aura. Although Blood Aura is very tempting. Nah, we'll go Blood Aura. Make them aggressive. I'm just trying to remember what game it was. But yeah, it simply put, you have themed armors, but you don't have to have specific bonuses on that armor. And I actually kind of liked that system. Okay, Broadsword of Gore. Don't really need any of those. Is that worth... Yeah, that's worth more than 1 per slot. It's bad that 1 per slot is my criteria for worthwhile. No. Yeah, I find this game semi-relaxing. It's not the, like, easy... It's not going to be, like, the easiest game in the long run. Whenever we get into the late game, it's probably going to kick my ass because I'm going pure offensive stuff, but... And I highly doubt it's going to be a one-shot, one-kill thing like Path of Exile. That's one thing that I actually don't like about Path of Exile, because it's literally, if you don't one-shot, you're going to get one-shot. That's just pretty much what the game devolves to. And that actually does not feel good to me. It is unsatisfying. We got a new specialization slot, and we've also got a cool little shrine here. Okay, skill introduction. Don't need it. We're going to go with Summon Skelly Bro, and we are going straight for... Okay, so we have Grave Walkers there. Each of these is an extra 1. Let's see, those are multiplicative. The skeleton is healed to full health. That actually might be handy versus bosses. So going for this one seems like the smart choice. We're going to go for this one. It increases their damage. Then as we get these little pips up, we should be able to get the Aegis of Death and the Hollow Walkers, which increases the maximum number of skeletons. I do want to keep archers. Yeah, we want to go for archers and all that stuff. We want the full army. Because we can. I'm probably explaining the armor I'm talking about really badly. Like, set system. I would have to sit down and demonstrate it. But yeah, it's more like just a trait on various armors. And if you get multiples of that trait, it causes a bonus. Anyhoozle. Starting out on Epoch, I mean, one thing that this is actually a thing a lot of action RPGs do, it's the same old RPG trope of kill all the rats. Am I going to add rogues to the build? Oh, rogue skeletons. Possibly. I still haven't decided, like, precisely what kind of build I'm going to be doing. Yeah, and we got a level up there that I need to spend points on. My goal right now is to get this one, Grave Walkers, Hollow Walkers, and Marrow Walkers, so I can get 6 summons. I think I will probably go rogues, because this one adds skeleton rogues to the pools. And they do actually have a teleport and stab things. Let's see. Skeleton rogues gain more damage and increase cooldown recovery speed, but the amount is divided by your maximum number of summonable skeleton rogues. And you actually can customize what you can summon. Like, if we wanted just melee ones, we could actually get rid of the archers there. You can get rid of... There's somewhere where in here that you can get rid of, like, the warrior ones. I want to say it is... Where is it hiding? Yeah, skeleton warriors are removed, so you'd only be able to get archers. And then you have one more. Don't you? I thought there was one that got rid of, not rogues, but I thought one that gave you like mages. Either way, that's kind of I'm just kind of playing it by the skin of my pants. Pants skin. It's a necromancer thing. I think our next skill that's going to get anything special is going to be our blood one, by the way.
They took her.
I'll talk her. Where are you? There you are. And yes, I will pay attention to some of the story, but we've already seen that one. How's it going, David? You intend to go single or double golems? I have no earthly idea. Skeleton mages is a different skill? Okay. Like I said, I'm going mostly blind into this, so I don't have a build plan. It's just enjoy the game, beat it, that kind of thing. I have a rough idea. I know we do get golems. I mean, we can sort of skills. We can see them here if we want to. But, yeah. Skeleton mages are... Oh, yeah, they are a Necromancer one. Okay. Skeletal mages this year limited to 2 skeletal mages at a time. Yeah, we're going to probably go, like, full-on summoner. Age of Empires 4? No, I haven't actually played the 4. I played the crap out of 3 back in the day. Was my jam. But I haven't played the 4th one. I might own it. I don't know. I get a lot of bundles, or at least I used to. I don't anymore because I can't afford them, but the only bundle I still do is Humble Bundle, but that's because it's pretty good games usually. And I have, like, massive discount on it because I had it way back in the day. Yep, 5 passive points into Necromancer. Sweet. Yeah, I've actually gotten, not on the Necromancer class, I've gotten, which button is it to open that? Skills, nope. Passives, there we go. I actually have gotten to the point where I have the secondary class on different ones, so I have a rough idea of how it works, and I know that you get locked in as soon as you pass this. So I'm probably going to, like, if I take up past that chain on, say, the Lich, I won't be able to get past that chain on the Necromancer. So you kind of have to choose what you want. But I will be going Skeletal Mages. Throwing blood everywhere. I should probably be using my other skills as well. I'm pressing 2 instead of W. That is dumassery of me. Yeah, okay. Just double checking that the buttons that I think do what they do.
Wither before me.
Yeah, I just love the, like, Necromancer vibe of power at a great cost. There's a reason I played Black in Magic the Gathering a lot. Even whenever I wasn't playing Black-Blue. Black-Blue is just the most one of the most annoying things. I think Blue-White is more annoying usually, but it depends on the set. Unlocked Harvest. Sweet. Don't really care. You guys can keep fighting these guys. I'm debating whether I should get them some defensive abilities. I don't think so just yet. I just need them to kill more. I can summon more and be fine. And yes, I am intentionally kind of like clearing out extra stuff so we get extra XP. They must have changed it then, because whenever I played it before, it was just kind of... let's go back to the skill. Actually, what button is it to open that? Passives. It's P. Because if I remember correctly, wasn't it just like at a certain point you'd unlock it before? Like I said, it's been ages since I did any like real depth on this. I'm trying to avoid too many spoilers, so... I've encountered the crafting system before. I've gone up in tiers. I don't know if it was level 25 that I got it, though. I think it was a bit earlier than that. Ooh, gold. I'll gladly take gold. Because I don't think I reached quite that level in this. Of course, that was way back when. Okay, so now we gotta fight the big boy. He's just kind of like sitting up there. Oh, whenever you're ready, man. There he goes. One thing I like about Necromancers, I can actually take an offensive spell, and I don't have to sit there dodging, usually. Hi, big guy. He's gonna come in and land. Oh, he's gonna land on you guys. That's fine.
You shall burn.
Pino can help. I think it'd be hilarious to have a like little just whatchamacallit, a little teddy bear as my focus, my offhand. That would give me like serious Lulu vibes here. Okay, Bones of Life. None of those are worth a ton of money. If I remember correctly, we have a while until we can get to another shop. But yeah, just a little Moogle.
Did Balthus send you?
Why were they attacking you? People, okay.
Rai's forces
Gonna
are
skip
not
through that.
finished with us. We don't have much time before more of them arrive.
Okay, get into the portal. Entering the Lottery Cliffs. In the far future. I think this is the far future. Most cold skills have freeze. And yeah, it's giving us tips on the little crossovers there.
Fascinating.
I'm glad, one thing I am glad about, yes, we have the cool little atmosphere here, but it would be a nightmare if this stuff damaged you when you walked across it. A lot of games love doing that to kind of limit your path, but hey, you can go through those. It's one thing I do gripe at Grim Dawn about. Having to go through the damage zones. Yes, it's cool for atmosphere, but it gets annoying after a while. Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and grab those. I'm gonna go south this time. Just because, yeah, it's gonna work. Oh, we got unique boots again. And yes, I know I should be like keeping some stuff for like salvaging purposes and all that kind of fun jazz. Because the crafting in this game actually has some depth to it. But for now, we'll not worry about it too much. We still have all the stuff we had from the other characters that got up to the crafting. Also, we have not a ton of materials. We have enough to actually just do a little. Okay, so are those better or worse? These are just straight worse. Lessons of the Metropolis. And every single stat we got on the new ones is worse. That's bad. I think I prefer having the health regen, just because I'm not going to be super tanky starting out. Also, I was reading an article recently. How do you guys wasty, by the way? Hi, big boy. Because I don't know. There's like a generational thing with WASD. Or if you grew up with home row keys and all that kind of stuff and having to learn that in school, generally you'll have your index finger on F and you'll WASD with your ring finger, like WS. Whereas if you didn't grow up with the home row keys kind of like as something you were learning in school, a lot of people will be doing the W and S with their middle finger. Which I think is kind of funny. Can you guess which one I am? Because I'm old as dirt. Yeah, we got... Oh, we have a point to do with this. Let's go with our second point there. That way we can start unlocking more. Oh, we still have another one. There, Hollow Walkers. Yeah, I don't think we want to remove archers yet. But this Aegis is actually very tempting. So 2 and 2, we have a level up, more damage. Always more damage. I like the murder. But I will be, if you're wondering, all of these basic playthroughs that we're doing I will be doing reviews on them. I have to just write them first, though. I refuge guard.
Terra watch over you.
The fact the council chambers must be why the wards have fallen and the void is flooding into the last refuge. I will get to the bottom of how you have it later. Okay. How and why you have it later. It's important that it is returned. Find the guard captain Bravon just inside the city and I'll ensure to put it back in its proper place. Cool. Get ourselves a freebie here. I think we're getting close to the level where we get a second skill, right? 8, yeah. We are currently at 6. So yeah, 2 more levels and we'll have enough to actually do some stuff. I'm not picking up the white stuff. I think I should probably... Settings, gameplay... Yeah, turn on auto compare. Where's the loot filter at? There we go. Oh. Manage loot filters. Create a filter. Create a new filter. Oh, nope. We're not going to do that. Nope. Nope, nope. No filter. We'll just skip it for now. I'll deal with that off screen. That just looks like a bit much. Index D, middle AA, ring A. Yeah. See, I do home row. I have my index on F. That's one reason why in Diablo 2, most of my like quick keys are Q, E, R, T, G, stuff like that, and F. It will always summon the skeleton you have less of, unless you lock those off. Last refuge outskirts. I would actually like the ability to customize whether it's going to be, if I do Q, I do wish I could actually set it to 1 and 3. Yes. I need to get the shard to the council chambers. I was trapped in the deeper in the city, teleported himself back, yet he may take you with him. I wouldn't count it, though. Elder Ezra isn't the most charitable sort. Cool. So, we've got to go deal with Elder Ezra. I do find it cool that we have the, like, time traveling. It gives me serious, like, Chrono Trigger vibes for some reason. We're in the end of time, I swear. That's a game I should play through on stream. That's a classic for me. I miss playing Chrono Trigger. F for horse in the D4 cutscene. But yeah, see, there's like different eras in these that you can go through. That you'll have different quests and stuff like that. This is... you can almost literally compare it to the Chrono Trigger eras. Because you have the basic dinosaur era thing. You have probably what I'd call like the era where Glenn is from. Then you have the era you're from. Actually, I think we're from the Divine era. I don't remember which. I would actually have to go check. I don't know which one we start out in. But anyway, you have like the modern-ish time, and then you have the ruined world, and then you have the end of time where you can't have more than 3 players in your party. For those of you that know Chrono Trigger, you'll get that reference. For everybody else, just roll with it. I'm old. Deal with it. Ooh, Devil's Shrine. Is it another gold? No, it's not. It's not a gold shrine. Stun chance. Cool. I do not mind stuns. I mind them whenever they're coming after me. I don't mind stuns in general. So I guess we're just starting bottom right and going all around. Yes, there's probably more efficient paths for this. Do they explain where they get the year numbers from? Not that I don't know. I don't know in the long run. But so far, no. But it does remind me definitely of the divisions in Chrono Trigger. Even though it is different things. Okay, so we got another passive. Let's go and get that. Now we can actually start getting... We got Hungering Souls. Cool. Let's see. Whenever a nearby enemy, ally, or minion dies, you have a 10% chance to gain ward. Minions have increased attack and cast speed. This bonus also applies to you if you have a minion skill in the last 10 seconds. And more vitality. Increase minion health by 9% per point. Do we actually want to make our minions durable? Probably. I mean, it's not exactly the worst thing ever. Okay, so we have Bone Curse there. Physical damage when hit. Damage is tripled if you inflict the hit yourself. Are curses actually useful in this? I know we want the Wandering Spirits. Those are definites. And I know we want the Rip Blood on our right click because that is just super nice. So it comes down to what other 2 skills we want for now. I'm going to put Skeleton on. That on Q. Actually, let's put that on Q. Let's go like that. D2R crossplay? Nope. D2R is not crossplay. You can only play with the platform that you are on, unfortunately. D4 is crossplay. Diablo 2 Resurrected is not. Use Bone Curse on your Swarm build? Cool.
Gods be with you.
Run away!
Stay safe.
And I plan to be a Swarm, so it might work out pretty good there. Value 10, value 10. I'm looking at the value because I'm going to sell it. Because I am mercantile like that. Easy money. Oh, Captain's Ring. Generally, I don't know why, but in all these games, rings are like usually really good value per slot. At least early on. Which is kind of what I'm concerned about because we don't get to a shop for a while. Although right now I don't think we really need the curses because things just die so bloody quick. But I'll use it against like bosses and stuff like that. And no, I'm not playing on hardcore or anything like that. It's our first playthrough of the story as far as anyone's concerned, and I say that because I actually have played the game a little bit. Just not enough to be a master of it. Okay, that's 9, 12, 12. Not really that interested in it. Curses will be the Warlock, especially when it comes out. Ah, okay. For some reason, it feels like they're planning that for, like, post... I just saw an invisible guy. It almost feels like some of those are going to be 1.0, like, post 1.0 releases, which feels very weird to me. Bone Curse passives give you armor shred. I'm trying to minimize spoilers a little bit, by the way, just as a heads up. So let's go ahead and I guess we just keep moving. Actually, this is better helmet. And it looks less derpy. I mean, it still looks a little derpy. But it looks more like a masquerade ball rather than a gimp suit. Okay, so our quests are going to be all over the bloody place. Yeah, we can go up this way, and we'll get this one on the right first, I guess. Although I think, yeah, head northeast, we should probably get the other two. We need to get the other people evacuated from this place. I can tell a little bit about the quest by looking on the left, and it does say the silver ones are the evacuations. Secondary quests. Level 8, we got a second specialization. A defiled chalice. Oh, defiled bones. Nice. Better bone mask, yes. Can you just die? Okay, Ruby Amulet of Life is probably better than what we have as well. Okay. Just upgrading what I can real quick. Okay, so we have skill slot unlock. I'm going to go for probably Rip Blood at the moment. We only get 5 of them, which is kind of sadness, but it's okay. And hit at least one enemy, you gain additional spell damage for 6 seconds, or Rip Blood has a significant higher chance to make a blood splatter. This blood splatter cannot occur if you are out of mana. Chance to create a blood splatter at the target, dealing damage. Okay, let's look at what more information is. Notes on this tree do not apply blood splatter unless stated otherwise. Hitting or killing an enemy with blood splatter does not count as hitting or killing an enemy with Rip Blood. If you have more than 100% chance to cause blood splatter, you can cause multiples. And it deals damage just to enemies around the target. Necro for life. So far, so good. I'm going to go with increased cast speed just so I can leech faster. Speed is king. But yeah, for the most part, I'm considering this semi-blind. I have played as the wizard a bit, or whatever his name is, the lightning guy. I played a little bit as this while we were waiting for Diablo 4 to load up. But beyond that, have not gotten super deep into it. Because it was an unfinished game and I didn't want to spoil myself on it. Because things will... And also, there's the whole thing of early access games, those early chapters can change. Which is a little bit annoying. Especially if you're going through and like you're going to be trying to review it or something like that. Them changing the early chapters, just basically ruining part of your review, really sucks. Because then you'll have to deal with people, it's not like that now. Yeah, I know. It was like that when I played it. Okay, let's get you out of here.
Farewell.
And then we have to go get the Groll Farmer. Is one hell of a name. And it sounds like they work for the Foo Fighters. Did we really like just... Yeah, we just walked past them. We were like, nah, we don't care about you. You can survive for a little while. You got Grolls. He's got pets. He's fine. And for some reason, this place reminds me of Moira. For those wondering. I do see a similarity there, where it's just like, they dug too deep. And yes, having an army is super handy for just not having to worry about dying very often. Like, I don't even have to cast the other spells. For me, it depends on the state of early access. Because if they say it's feature complete, I treat it as feature complete. And then you have the whole issue of, what if it pulls something like Minecraft where it never leaves early access? It's still like beta forever. Then you just review it for what it is and the direction they've taken it at the point of review. That said, if it's for sale, it's fair game regardless. I don't care, like, too much beyond that. Because if you're selling it, it can be criticized. Okay, it looks like I should be... There he is. He's behind the box. There you are.
Brings you here. Terra's grace be with you.
Played quite a bit of D4. Only gripe is itemization and combat interruption. Never felt like you could get into a farming groove for more than 1 to 2 minutes. For me, itemization 100% a gripe. I don't like Diablo 4's itemization at all. It's simplified, which isn't always a bad thing, but it doesn't really do too much for basically reusing stuff. It's just you're constantly just looking for a bigger attack damage and bigger defense. You're not looking at the other stats as much because, well, you need to survive the hits for most of those to be useful. Hey, Hugin, how's it going? My closed beta review still stands for the open beta. Nothing that I was concerned about really changed. Oddly enough, I don't think it'll change before release either. Yeah, I know. It's down there. I'm not really worrying about it too much because it's not really impacting a lot of my stuff. Let's go and get the Aegis. So when they die, they pop back up. If your game has a salvage all button, that's all you need to know about itemization. I hate fluff itemization. If you're going to give me the ability to craft, let me craft out of things that are useful. All those little plants, some of them could be healing herbs that give us minor healing, and then you can have them made into potions that do even more healing. Okay, there's our level up there. We have another point on this. I think I will keep going for faster cast unless something else is handy here. Let's see. Do we go down that path? I know there's ways to passively cast it. You have around 300 hours in LE and played Necro at least to level 100. If you have questions, let you know. I also know the rough length of the campaign. You can give me the rough length of the campaign. That one will be fine. But beyond that, yeah, I am trying to avoid most spoilers. So bleed chance granted by the gushing wound node have converted to poison chance. Ooh. I would not mind that. Hey, I'm going to go for faster cast. I'm going to go bleed. So I'm at least just like helping even when I'm not hitting. Is it worth playing through now? I got turned off by the early version of the game. I'm actually enjoying it so far. We haven't gotten super deep into it, but that said, I can find joy even in games I don't particularly like, because I don't just look for negatives. I like to look for, okay, if I really like a game, I try to look for the stuff that I don't like about it. If I don't like a game, I try to look for things that I do like about it. So I feel that helps me a little bit, and that comes from my like art background, because that's how we were taught to critique. Even if you really loved a piece, you were told you had to include kind of like, not necessarily one in one, but you had to sandwich, which meant you had to basically be aware that everything can be improved and that everything has a positive to it as well. If you speedrun, really play efficiently, you can do it about less than 3 hours, but normal play is about 6 hours? Dang, that's shorter than I thought it would be. I think I prefer our just damage buff. Is that actually worth gold? Not a lot. I'm going to get rid of it. You think the game is in a really great state right now. There's a lot of new stuff added. Most recent patch 0.9. It all depends on when you played last. Okay, transfer crafting items. Is there any... This is actually something I don't mind being spoiled on. Is there any reason not to transfer crafting items? Like, at all? Is there any reason not to be pressing this button after you've picked up just a decent amount of junk?
Come off me.
Pretty short, and thank you. You definitely want to try out the Necro yourself. What is the endgame loop? Endgame loop looks kind of like maps to me, but I haven't played through it, so. Hi, big guy.
Do that. Help me.
Summon all the minions. Void penance. We're not doing a lot of damage, but we are doing damage. There you go. Get our curse on there. I think we might have lost some items to the wall. Press it all the time, okay. And I appreciate the asking about whether to spoil stuff or not. It is something that you don't run into very often when doing streams.
You, I see. We have you were Elder I have received every. Please find him.
And yes, I am skipping through some of the story, because I have heard it before. Okay, now we're up to a level where we can actually equip the stuff we had before. The throwing damage, health, increased minion. Oh, these actually have increased minion damage. Although the higher elemental resistance kind of might keep me alive. I'm going to keep these just in case. But the rest of that can just go the hell away. Minion cast speed, minion bow attack speed, and plus spell damage, sure. And this looks like... I'm actually not sure I want to use that amulet either. This can just go into the uniques pile. Not that we actually have great stuff there, but it's fine. I think I will sell that. Although, I think we might be able to salvage that, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and I have a sets tab here just in case. I don't know if there are sets, but it's there. And then we have category 7, which is just whatever. It's just junk. I forget if I can add more to this. Yeah, I can create categories. And it costs 5,000 to get a new tab. I think we might be getting close to that. Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Shop and sell. And just straight up worst boots? Eh. The in-game is kind of like maps, but you have a lot more choice and steady climb called corruption. More corruption on your timeline maps, harder enemies and loot. Okay, so basically tiering up. I'll just keep the uniques in case I can like salvage them. If not, they're getting sold later for just more money. And I don't have access to idols yet. That comes later.
Follow your feet.
Actually, it's quite complex. Not PoE level, but definitely interesting with it. The main problem I have with PoE, it is literally like putting all the toppings on a pizza.
Go on then.
It's mildly frustrating to me.
Gold won't save you. The Blade Knight.
If I remember correctly, someone said give this thing to the old man whenever we find it. The ledger. But there is a point where you have too many things going on, and it's actually kind of frustrating. And PoE definitely hits that point for me. We will be doing PoE. I haven't played it in for freaking ever. Maybe it has simplified. Doubt it. It's like MMO bloat the game. But yeah, we'll be playing through it. My favorite time for it was Fall of Oriath. Ever since then, I've just like not really bothered going beyond and doing most of the other stuff. I had hundreds of hours in it, so. But it has been a while since I played it. As you can tell by mention of Fall of Oriath and the fact that there is a second Path of Exile being worked on. Okay, now that we actually have a place we can sell stuff, go ahead and grab whatever we want and then just sort it as we go. And yes, I know I have a level up down there. Not very intrusive, but it's there. We max that out. What do we go for next? I guess we'll go for the minion health. Or we could go for defense. That boosts us as well. Yeah, for the most part, the early part of this game is actually kind of relaxing. Well, that's kind of a weird thing to say, despite it being like Oh, there's a bunch of horrible things trying to kill us. It's still relaxing. Can I please drop that? Thank you. Double checking for chests. Nope. Yeah, I'm always a fan of trying new action RPGs and old ones. I still need to write up the reviews for Nox. Although, I think I might do some more Nox playthroughs. I might do one of each. Although, the Wizard one is probably the hardest of the bunch. In my opinion. Just because it requires a lot more twitchy gameplay. Okay, give me that. Damage chart. Can I pick it up? Thank you. And yeah, one thing I really love about just this little blood leech thing is I don't ever really have to heal. I have those potions there just in case. Don't need to worry about it. Okay, so yeah, just bring the ledger there. On the world map at the bottom left corner, you can see how many passive points you have left to earn from the campaign. Same with idols. When both are maxed, you can start the end game and leave the campaign. Okay. I think it's Emperor map, yeah. Passive point rewards, idle slot rewards. Cool. But I don't plan to really focus on the end game in this too much. That I know some people are going to be pissed that I say this. When I review a game, I don't care about the end game. End game, post game, etc. is literally just stuff you play if you enjoyed the main game a lot. Yes, there can be story in there, and if there is story in it, I'll sometimes review that, but if it's not in the main game, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, it's optional content. We got another Avarice. Is this one better? Yes. I don't know if there's an advantage or disadvantage to giving it to the old man. I was just told the last time to give it to the old man. Give it to old man Willikers. And I'm going to run out of space in there like a crazy person. So now that we've done that, we don't have any more quests in here. Let's find Pantheon's study. Panty-Raider's study. Should just, yeah. And I do appreciate this. Not the zoom in, zoom out thing, but the fact that it actually has a little arrow that says, hey, your quest is that way. You're unlucky then. PoE has tons of story in the end game. But is it good story and is it worthwhile story? If you're going to include it in the... If you're going to make story, make it in the actual game. I already think PoE is too long for what it is. It overstays its welcome if you're just playing through the story kind of semi-casual, as opposed to just rushing through to get your seasonal whatevers. It was like that as soon as they took it past 5 acts, in my opinion. Even Grim Dawn, which I love, does overstay its welcome on the story. I have to do it in segments. I know that's kind of sad to say, but... Gives a different unique if you give it to the gambler. Oh. Have a good one, Mr. Sinks. Have a good rest of your day, and hopefully the call, real life calling you, does not mean bad things. But I know real life has to come first. And how long this stream is going to be, I have no idea. Probably either until my back starts hurting too much. Well, I took a ibuprofen, so it takes the edge off. Or until I get to a point where I need to just take a break. Because my butt sweat might get too bad. I know, you all totally wanted to hear about butt sweat today. That was your goal for the morning, right? Well, afternoon, evening, depending on whereabouts in the world you are. Yes, I'm going to keep referencing his intro every single time. summon the Walking Dead. Minimum skill level 2. Okay, so we got that. It takes how many skill points your skills start with whenever you specialize them, and how many skill points will be retained when de-leveling a skill. As you level up your minimum skill level, you understand. Okay, yeah, it increases periodically. Just a second, I'll show you the spells. So now we have the bleeding. Okay, so the ones in our actual belt here are Wandering Spirits, which is causes those to pop out and kind of shamble around. We have Marrow Shards, which is kind of like Teeth from Diablo 2, except less spread. Probably closer to Bone Spear, if I had to give like a direct amount. E is just like an increased damage curse. And then R is just summon the Bone Daddies. Bone Daddies. I'm not sure whether armor or vitality is more important for me. I'm gonna go for vitality, just for now. We have plenty of other skill options, though, by the way. Like, we have, what, 8 skills available to us? Hungering Souls, which is basically Bone Spirit kind of thing. You have Transplant, which is a teleport. You have Harvest, which is just a AoE scythe in front of you. And I think that's everything we have so far, yeah. Get Volatile Zombies in a bit. But yeah, we're looking for the next location we're supposed to be going for. Eat my zombie faces. Wandering Soul seems like really kind of handy early on. I think that might be my 3rd skill pick. Although we don't get that until 20. But it is doing decent damage. Oh, and we actually took damage there. No! Our life regen is pretty nice, though. Stream will be eternal. Mwahahaha. I mean, I have beaten games in one sitting on the channel before. You can make Hungering Souls a single flaming skull. You can roleplay Shang Tsung. But can I shapeshift into the enemies, is the question. If I can shapeshift into the enemies, abso-freaking-lutely. Or if I can turn into the lightning god, mwahaha, make me Raiden. Okay, so we've got... Does this thing do the thing? Yeah, it does show where there's going to be waypoints. At least I'm assuming that's what those are. But yeah, this map will definitely be familiar for anyone who does Path of Exile, by the way. Okay, so boss fight? Probably boss fight. That guy looked awfully realistic. No, don't hug me. Let's go to Khan. The Khan! Let's go to Vaughn. Okay. Just not even that scary. Get all the shards. Send them off to Kingdom Come. Pick up all the various other stuff we have. And I will sell it whenever we get to town. I'm feeling we're going to run out of room before we pick up all this stuff. Is there a chest in here? Doesn't look like there's a chest. Otherwise, I would pop it.
That is too much.
Okay, so sword items. Yes, you can sort items.
Too much.
Oh, we actually are able to pick it all up. Sweet. Just into the Reaper. Yeah, sad but true. Hey, you guys have a quest for me. I'm going to go ahead and sell all this stuff first. Almost at 5,000. Code from KFC. No. No. There was a whole argument on Reddit recently about that, and I just don't feel like dealing with it. Why are we still seeing chat? Chat is disabled. Why are we still seeing it then? There.
Yes.
That was a little bit bothersome. I do think they should have actually done a collaboration with someone else, but Church's Chicken comes to mind as like the best choice in my opinion.
You feeling lucky?
Can we actually gamble something good from you? Probably not at our level.
Panion's stupid elder Panion was here but a moment ago.
Oh, he's voice
He took
acted.
The shard. I told him to wait, but he would not listen. I fear the void is manipulating him, turning his courage into arrogance. He's left to face the void alone. You must intercept Elder Panion before the void claims him and seizes the shard. Knowing him, he is headed where the void broke into the city. Please, stop him.
Well, I'm technically playing offline and had chat disabled in the settings. Yeah, disable chat is checked. Okay, voice volume. I'm actually going to turn that up so you guys can hear it a little bit. We're going to turn these down. That back up just a little bit. There we go. You want his shoulder armor?
Students were corrupted. Elder Panion, I fear that you must please stop him.
But yeah, since it's voice acted, I'm all for that. This is a dark day. There's no telling how many last. There must be something I can do. Last I heard, the armory was being overwhelmed as well. Pull up here. You need to retrieve arms and armor from there before it's too late. My state, I'm useless, but you are capable of fighting. Cool.
Stay safe.
So now we actually have 2 quests. And yes, we can open the forge. I don't remember how to do it. I think we get a tutorial whenever we get to the forge, so I'm just going to hold off until then. I don't remember how to do it. So off to the precipice. But the big Warhammer shoulder armor is both really cool looking and very not practical. It's one of those things where it's like, can we actually? Yeah, we can shoot you from up here. But it's one of those things where you would dome yourself with it if you actually wore it. Okay, so that... Oh, this is a side dungeon thing, if I remember correctly. We'll do a couple of them. This one just has stuff. Cool. And stuff. Okay, as far as these things go, I don't remember if there's anything we can... Forging potential. We can do modifier runes. Yeah, there's probably going to be a tutorial whenever we get to the thing. If I remember correctly, forging potential being higher is better. So silver... Oh, it's gold and gold. Oh, we have to go through the armory regardless. Okay.
Feel my wrath.
For some reason, I was thinking we had the dinosaur part by now. I guess I'm wrong. Because I for some reason am remembering there being a dinosaur section fairly early on. Which is why that era just reminds me of Chrono Trigger. Bonk. More money. Our archer got hurt. Drop that in. Nice, just steady AoEs are one of those things that a lot of games don't really do too often. They're often usually like big burst AoEs because they feel more powerful. Uniques cannot be forged except legendary potential unique, same as D4. Let's grab the brass amulet. And yes, I will be selling most of the stuff whenever we get to town. And for those of you wondering, the the videos for crap. 9 Years of Shadow should be finished releasing early April. On the Let's Play Everything channel. Hi, Idol of Loathing. I should probably dodge those. Bullet hell! And yes, they are actually targeting me rather than my minions.
Feel my wrath.
Relatively easy fight. Now, I don't understand why it shows a bridge across there. There's the... See, I'm a big fan of useful material into useful material crafting. Diablo 2's crafting, for example, is actually really good for that, even though they didn't take it as far as they could have. It's just one of those things like, it could have been taken further, but the concept is really strong in it, and it's just a concept that's just not really explored very often. Instead, it's, let's have I mean, the glyph things I can kind of deal with. Those aren't as bad. But whenever it's like, harvest 27 of this plant and turn it into a healing potion, why not just make that plant do minor healing, and then whenever you craft a bunch of them together, you get better healing per use.
Feel my wrath.
Yay, level 11. And yes, I know we have some things we... Oh, come on, die. Yes, I know we have some things we can upgrade. I think it's going to be P. Yeah, there we go. So we'll go for more vitality there. You deal increased damage, but you lose a percent of your maximum health each second if you've killed an enemy recently. That's not too bad. When damage leaves you below half health, you summon a Revenant, a melee minion with decaying health whose damage scales with your intelligence. This effect has a 15-second cooldown. That's actually kind of cool. It just summons a Revenant whenever we get down below half health. Junk can be masterpieces in Diablo 2 World of Crafting. Yeah, you basically turn stuff that you would have thrown away or sold into something useful. Reuse, recycle kind of thing. I will go for... I don't know what's better, bleed or poison. I'm going to go for... I'm going to go actually for faster healing on that real quick. I think we eventually want to get up into using Splash. Okay. We have that. We have that. So our next upgrade on here is going to be moving towards the rogues, I think. Or do we want to be moving towards speed? So this one, we could actually have the really strong single target guy with increased crit chance. I think we'll go for the attack speed thing. That way we can get Morrow Walkers. We need 2 of it. Lead is physical? Okay. So we're going to be doing a decent amount of physical with our minions, so I'm thinking poison may be the better choice then. So yeah, we'll convert it to poison. You can extract every affix from all items except uniques and add them to other items with those affix charges. Yep. That's one reason why I don't talk trash about this one's system on that. Bleed is affected by physical damage, poison from poison. Also, minion damage and your damage are separate affixes. Yep. Can we actually... Yeah, we can go across there. I don't think there's any reason to right now, because it wants us to go through that main thing, but I'm curious. I will sometimes explore worlds. Have I tried the online version of this game? I'm not playing online right now. Mainly because I don't like streaming online games. My internet connection is only so stable at times. Like, I'm expecting it to drop out in about probably 20 minutes, give or take. Where it will just basically stutter for a little bit. But, yeah, it's not stable enough to do it for, like, a long time. But I generally, if I'm playing first time through, I will generally play solo regardless of the game. Because multiplayer also has the influence of, it's more fun with friends. That doesn't mean it's a good game. More fun with friends just means you enjoy hanging out with your friends. Okay, so we got that waypoint. I thought one of these was supposed to be silver. So we will go right. We always go left for mazes. But I also heard that this is buggy online as well still. But that's semi-old information. Okay, so we actually do have Golem. Let's go ahead and we'll put Golem instead of the spiky thing. So that into that. You mentioned Golem and then I just completely flaked out on getting it. Give me my minions. More minions, more life. I can't tell them who to attack, but they'll just attack whatever's near. He is a speedy boy, too.
Feel my wrath.
Void-fused armor of haste. I do actually have to say, despite being a little bit kind of cliche on some of them, I like the enemy design in this. Not all just zombies and succubi. They're not trying to get the horny boys after them. They're just trying to make cool-looking monsters. Okay, now we should have the tutorial on this. Oh, I think we might have to fight before we get it, but still. Hover over an enemy and hit A? For them to attack, yeah. But I'm talking about more like hold position, defend this bot, kind of stuff like that. RTS kind of things. Go ahead and get that. We need to summon more. Yeah, we need to summon a skeleton. That's fine. Go, my minions! Just fighting off. Oh, there it is. Void Fuse Forge. Ow. If I remember correctly, this guy killed me as a wizard. So I'm kind of like in revenge mode here. Because, you know, Necros, they are the ultimate revenge class. Okay, where are they? I thought there was an NPC that was supposed to show up. Okay, up to the right is what it wants me to do. There we are. Time to upgrade your stuff by pressing F.
Grace be with you.
Captain Ansel set you. Thanks, Atera. Thank Atera. It's too late for most of us, but Manus. The quartermaster is still somewhere in the armory. Please find him and help him get supplies back to the captain. Oh, okay.
Take care of yourself.
Oh, it doesn't give us a tutorial here. Well, damn. And I think we need an item to break stuff down, if I remember correctly. Played Rogue, Paladin, Mage. Need to try Necro and Druid classes. I can see I play this game for the next couple of years until D4 expansion and all are fixed, or PoE 2 gets released. PoE 2 is going to most likely, is very, very likely going to be done early access like they did with the rest of the stuff.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and just sell stuff. Because I think we need to buy these to actually make affix shards. So I will probably start keeping an eye out for good affixes later on. Right now, I'm not too worried about it. Because we're over 5,000 and those things cost 2,000. Sure, I'll buy one. Can we actually just stock them up in here? We can. So if I wanted to grind them on a different character off camera, I could. Or on my other system, I could. Okay, we'll just throw these into the rare thing. They're not really good, but they're there. And if I notice any affixes that I like, I'll throw them in here as well.
Follow your feet.
And you are a skill reset guy, if I remember correctly. Nope, you're time rift. Why, from what I told you about the other gospel, blah, 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 I will indulge you. Throughout history of Terra, there has been a rare tale of strange portals or travelers claiming to be from another time, often in events involving shards of the Epoch. Yeah, there's respecialized mastery points. Keep an eye out.
Do not dwell on regrets.
Okay, we need to search for other time rifts. That's fine. Back on our main quest. Forging mats are shared between characters? Yeah. They are. We can actually view them in here if we want. So I could actually dump that shattering one in there. I'm just kind of like also hesitant. Because then we're also using items from other characters. But we'd have to use... We didn't set it to solo self-found, so I actually have the excuse I can. If I want to. I forgot that was counted as a crafting material. So I'll toss it in there whenever we get back to town next. It's not a big deal. For some reason, my brain just didn't register. Which happens a lot. Okay, so our next spot is further on this way. And, oh yeah, we do need to summon you. I need to get some AoE with that.
Feel my wrath.
Let's see, I need to get some AoE with our little blood splash. I need to get... Let's see, what else? Yeah, I need to get AoE on it. I need to switch it over to poison. Next time we level it up, it's going poison. We're going to go for the orb faster thing. Where is the AoE effect on it? Yeah, that one has a significantly higher chance to do blood splatter, so that's 100% from that. Increased mana cost, though. So we have to be careful of that, too. It's third Monday. Oh, it is. Also, I took 2 days off to get rendering and stuff like that done and let my back rest from like 2 weekends of just knocking out D4 like a crazy person.
Feel my wrath.
Which is definitely not a healthy thing to do. But I think I will generally try to aim to stream at least 2 hours a day. I do have to do writing and editing and all that other stuff, so I can't do like 16-hour streams every day like some people. Damn, Necro is super strong while playing as a rogue with bows. It's very hard until level 75 uniques. Oh, damn. Yeah, I will probably need to do second class before I actually do a proper review. Necromancers are usually kind of like, they're not necessarily the easy mode because eventually you will reach a point where, and this is true in pretty much every action RPG, you'll reach a point where you just don't get, here, let's just murder that. But you'll reach a point where you just don't get like durable enough minions to survive a fight. But since we don't have to use corpses, that's not as big of a deal. That's one reason why I like a lot of corpseless summons in games like this. Diablo 4 does not have corpseless summons, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. It's one reason why the freaking world boss is a little bit harder as the Necromancer as just a summoner. I'm just trying to murder things as quickly as possible. I think I might need to resummon my little dudes as well. They are getting a little crunched. Okay, so that's someone to talk to there. I am going to do my stats real quick. Okay, passives. I am really tempted, but I'm going to take a point in Revenant. Oh, what? Do I need another point to actually get that? Oh, I need a point in this. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I accidentally clicked on it. So that will let me get this. So that's fine. We'll go with Revenants. I do actually like how it has this pip requirement between these. So I need to get 4 in this to actually get the Soul Aegis, which is probably a good thing to get for them.
Gods. Terra watch over.
Something to give them more durability. Be very, very welcome. It looks like, yeah, that's where we're supposed to go. Just keep moving to the right. Always into the east, I guess. Although there is like a whole psychological thing as to why games move left to right. It's very... There's a ton of videos on it, but it's kind of like an interesting little bit about like game design and how things do like moving to the right. Okay, so I'm going to resummon you real quick. I will talk to this guy in a moment. Do we actually have... No, they're just magic. Okay.
Stay back.
Stay back. Boss fight? Yes. A husk.
Feel my wrath.
Oh, it's like actually pattern fight. That's reminding me of Olsen, which we need to probably do another playthrough of just before I do any kind of like review of that. Because they've supposedly changed a bunch of stuff with it. And yes, I am just tanking him in the face. Yeah, Necro definitely fairly easy here.
Seems he failed to handle the void's power. Pathetic.
Okay, pick up the shard. I think this just takes us back home, does it not? It does! Okay, so that's a quest to turn in. We actually have both of them to turn in. I'll do this one first. We'll do actually the story one next. But I want to sell some stuff first. Shop! And I don't see any reason to actually be selling the shards that you get. Since I don't think there's a limit on the amount you can store, is there? Left to right comes from most of the languages. Do right, left to right with right hand in every culture in ancient times, from Europe to Arab to Indian, all languages. There's other causes for it as well, because you actually have the situation where you have languages that do top to bottom. I mean, not necessarily top to bottom, but right to left. And even in those cultures, they'll make games left to right. But yes, that is one of the major causes.
Feel my wrath.
Let's see. I'm going to grab this just to have a little body here. So we now summon Revenants. We get that in a couple levels, I think. Yeah. Reaper form versus Summon Wraith. I think I'm going to go Necromancer. So we can actually get Skeletal Mages and all this other fun stuff. No limit on mat storage. Yes.
Why, a terror I see. Even with both of our shards, this city is lost. Our only hope lies in the Temple of Eterra, where the last shard remains. By reforming the Epoch, you will be able to return to your time and take us with you. You are the only one who can help us. Thank you. There is an old passage to the surface. I will dispel the rune that keeps it sealed. The Temple of Eterra is far to the east. Please, take these idols with you. An idol of Logon to guard you against chaos, and one of Eterra to guide you home. The gods have long left this world, but their memory will give you comfort.
Their memory will give me comfort, huh? Okay, idol system. By equipping idols, you grant your character blah 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 bonuses, so we actually have that. Question is, it gives us like a 2x1s in both directions. A Shava spawn in 10 minutes. No. Okay, increased critical strike chance. Chance to ignite on hit. Physical damage. Minion physical damage on that one. So that one's a high contender. Okay, so I think probably... Oh, and we can't even equip more than just one at a time. Okay, we'll go with that. Because we need to unlock more of these idle spaces. Can I actually put one on that? I don't think I can. No. Yeah, just the straight minion damage one, I guess, is going to be what we go with for now. Okay, so our next place is going to be down here to the bottom right. We've already seen a few time zones in this. Okay, in we go. Hopefully we don't get completely just destroyed. Speaking of getting destroyed, I'm going to go ahead and flash the recording real quick.